Heyo, Regulus Moon in the building. I'm coming to you guys with Taurus New Moon through the houses, and let's just get right into it. So, if you don't know anything about astrology, this is why I'm here. So, you don't gotta go and do all the work and searching and all that other good stuff. I could just tell you what it means for you based on what house this transit is happening in for you. So, anyways, Taurus New Moon. First house. This means you're planting new seeds of stability within yourself and personal affairs and personality. So you could be becoming more stable. You as a person, you could stop being so messy. You know, if you're a Gemini, you could be gossiping a lot less. Okay. You could be more focused on just getting your shit together in terms of like you as a person, like your self image, your self concept, like kind of getting it together and just presenting yourself out in the world a lot better in a way that you feel like will secure your future a lot better, if that makes sense. Second house, Taurus new moon in the second house. If you have the new moon transiting your second house, this means you're planting new seeds of stability within your finances or within your self-esteem. So you could be loving yourself a lot more. Like you could be like going out and buying makeup or buying jewelry or buying new clothes. You could be with a new moon here. You could be feeling like, okay, I need new sources of income. I want more than one source of income. Okay, I want another way to make money. I want my money to grow. Within, again, yeah, within self-esteem, you could be like, I want my confidence to grow. I want to feel good about myself. Like I I'm tired of feeling like shit. Like I want you still you could be planting new seeds in terms of confidence and self-esteem and just feeling more stable in terms of how you feel about yourself. You want to feel good about yourself. And about your bank account. um Third house, planting new seeds of stability around siblings and your inner circle and your environment. You could be moving to a more stable neighborhood. You know, you could be getting out the ghetto. Okay, you could be getting out the ghetto. You could be getting out a chaotic household. You could be moving into a more stable environment, a more stable household. You could be moving into, not moving, but you could be on social media. You could be capitalizing off social media. You know, you could be finding ways to make money on social media. You could be making money off of social media right now. You could discover a new app right now and it's able to secure you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe this app is an app that sells houses for cheap, and now you're able to get a good house for cheap that you're able to stabilize yourself in and feel secure in, because you know that you're able to afford it and you could pay the bill when it comes up the following month. You feel secure, you feel stable. Fourth house, planting new seeds around family. So you could be getting along with your family members more. The relationship between you and your family members could be more stable. You could feel more secure at home than usual. Or you could be moving into you could be moving in with a new family member and it feels way better with this family member. Or you could be moving somewhere and it's somewhere new, but it just, the people make you feel so welcome, you feel at home. Or you could be doing shadow work during this time, and you could have a new emotional feeling about yourself and what you've been through and where where you came from. You could have you could feel much better about it, or you could be, I guess, capitalizing off of it somehow. Maybe you get an inheritance through your family bloodline. Maybe you go down a rabbit hole of your ancestry and you end up finding a pot of gold. You find out that your family, that one of your great aunts was saving money for you or something like that. Fifth house. This is planting new seeds of stability and security around your romance, around fun, children, and creativity. So you could be finding new ways to have fun, or you could be finally letting yourself have fun during this time, or you could find more safer ways of having fun as well during this time. Taurus in the fifth house with the moon here, new moon here. You could find that what you used to find fun and enjoying, you don't find that fun and enjoying anymore. So you could be finding new ways to entertain yourself, and maybe you find something new that it started out just for fun, but now you're actually able to make money off of it. Now people are paying you for it, or something that it could be something old, something that you've been did just for fun since you were a child, but you're just now you found a way to make it stable and consistent, and you're able to secure yourself within it and make it an actual money making thing. You could also, maybe you have a fling, and you and this fling the relationship is starting to become more serious. It's starting to become more stable. Maybe not necessarily serious. We're not really dealing with Saturn or like Capricorn. We're dealing with Taurus. So it could just become more stable, meaning more consistent. You guys could start seeing each other a lot more and more often. So it starts to develop into something that's just a lot more stable of a relationship, and then it's growing. You know what I'm saying? A fling might start being more consistent, and normally with consistency comes other things, but it's also the house of children, so you could be getting pregnant during this time as well, or looking to get pregnant, or thinking about getting pregnant. Sixth house, Taurus new moon in the sixth house. Taurus new moon in the sixth house. This is straight up a new job. Or a new morning routine, a new night routine, just a new habits, new routines. You also could find that you're taking your health more serious. You could be going to the gym at this time. You could be like, I'm gonna start going to the gym. I'm gonna go on a diet. Seventh house. Planning new seeds of stability around partnerships, contracts. Okay, so you could be entering more stable contracts that has longevity. You could be entering 4-year long contracts during this time, or 2-year long contracts during this time. You could be entering partnerships where it has a lot of promise. It's a very stable partnership. It's a very stable deal. It's grounded, and it has a lot of potential to last the test of time. Could be entering a more grounded, stable, secure relationship, or could just be entering a relationship with a grounded, secure person. Could be meeting someone who's very financially secure during this time and could be helping you get financially secure. You could just be entering a business deal that promises financial security in the future, because it's just such a good fucking business deal. Um, eighth house. Taurus new moon in the eighth house. Okay, this is a new sneaky link. Okay, this is a new sneaky link that's more consistent. All right, this is a more like, maybe your last sneaky link was like, every other weekend. This sneaky link is every other day. Okay, like this is a much more consistent sneaky link. Or maybe you find a way to, or maybe like you have a baby daddy and like you put him on child support. You know what I'm saying? And now you have consistent payments coming in from this baby daddy. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you have new secrets, right? So this is new things behind closed doors. You could have something new comes along that brings you stability and security, but you have to keep it behind closed doors for some reason. But this supports you financially. This is stable, and this you feel really secure in whatever this is, but you have to keep it a secret. Or you could be becoming stable in terms of esoteric knowledge. You could be finally getting a grasp of like, you could be finally getting like a handle of like an understanding of esoteric knowledge. Like it could finally be like making sense to you, or like you could finally like something could be becoming clear, and you finally like it's practical to you now. Like you could explain it in a very practical way. Like it's grounded within your mind now, within your psychology, and it makes sense to you, and it's just ninth house. Taurus new moon in ninth. Oh, also with Taurus new moon in the eighth house, you could also find a way, some taboo way of making money, or some taboo way of gaining stability. You could decide like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do OnlyFans or something during this time. Ninth house. So Taurus new moon in the ninth house, gaining new forms of stability when it comes to your travels, learning, higher learning, teaching, and being a student. So during this time, you could be planning trips. You could be planning a trip during this time, or you could finally have you could finally have the financials that you need to have to go on a trip. So you could be planning a trip during this time. That's pretty much the same thing I just said. Anyways, you could be planning a trip during this time. With the ninth house, you could be capitalizing off of your knowledge, your wisdom. You could be launching off a new course during this time, or you could start promoting yourself as a teacher during this time. You could be getting new clients, new students during this time, or just planning getaways and planning long distance trips during this time. Or you could start a new job that requires you to travel a lot, but this job brings in the financials that you need to give you stability and security. Or you could just be looking to secure yourself somewhere abroad, somewhere far away. You could just be looking to run away and start a new life and just be secure away from wherever you currently are. 10th house. So this is planting new seeds of stability around a new career. You could finally know what your purpose is, or you could finally know like what it is you want to do for the rest of your life. You could have, during this time, you probably finally found that thing, finally found that light, finally found that thing that you want to spend the rest of your life doing. You could be getting new business during this time. You probably got new things you got to handle during this time. But these things promise security or instability in the future. What else? Oh, you also could be getting a new reputation during this time, and this reputation is bringing in lots of business opportunities, or just opportunities in general. 11th house. So new stability within your associations. You could be associating yourself right now with things that's more stable, with things that's more reliant, things that's more consistent, more firm, more reliable. I think I already said that. But you could be associating yourself with more reliable people, with a more reliable job, with a more reliable house, Um, you're surrounding yourself with more valuable people, with more valuable things. Could be um, you could be wanting to only like talk to like popular people right now, or like people who have money, or like people who could somehow level you up in your career or whatever, just that brings some sort of value to you in your life. um you also could be associating yourself with new with cause social media, right? So you could also be more like on technology, or you could be selling technology and making more money off of maybe selling phones or something like that. um okay, 12th house. 12th house, last but not least, planting new seeds of stability in the 12th house realm of your psychology. Okay, you mentally, you're becoming more stable. Okay, you could be looking for nirvana, you could be looking for peace during this time. You could be studying, the faculties of the mind, human behavior, and trying to figure out like why do people do what they do, to kind of gain closure, and therefore being more, gaining that sense of mental relief. You know what I'm saying, when you get that closure. Or with the 12th house here, towards in the 12th house here, you could be capitalizing off of your art, off of your music, off of your paintings or your DIYs, or if you make clothes or your jewelry or whatever creativity that you're doing yourself, and you could finally be actually making money in it, or finding that it's able to provide some sort of security for you, maybe emotional security. When you write music, it provides emotional security. You just feel safe when you're writing alone in your bedroom. Or it could just bring in money for you and bring in that financial security. Um, yeah, alrighty. I think that's all I really have for the 12 houses. Thank you. Regular moon out.